There's definitely a fox around here. These tracks are very fresh. They are this morning for sure. He's around here somewhere. And I'm pretty certain that's a fox. And it looks like he might have taken off, but that is definitely this morning. And I think it's a fox or a coyote. And he came up here and got bored, I guess, and turned around. Everything looks great in the tent. Looks really good. This one is garbage now. And this pin is garbage. Absolutely garbage. You put it in on an angle like this. There we go. That is nice. I'll have ultimate control over this tonight. Yay, fixed. We're at minus 26 Celsius, minus 25 Celsius. So that's like minus 12 Fahrenheit inside the tent right now. Out of the wind, it's really nice. But once you're out in that wind today, it is freezing. That wind is harsh and it's doubling the temperature. We're down in the high minus 40s today with the wind. So it's not feeling great out there. So glad I'm protected by this tent. I've been told that Coffee Mate is flammable, and I think it's delicious, and I'm going to have some of this in my coffee today, and I'm also going to see if I can start my fire with it and see if it's true. Let's see, does Coffee Mate work? Might as well put a lot in there. I'm not sure if I believe this. Let's see. Mythbusters. It's definitely smoking. Okay, that's not working. This is a myth. This stuff is not flammable. If anything, it puts it out. Let's see. It's burning. Oh. What do we have here? Yeah. Myth busted. I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping that the coffee mate would light on fire. I live for these moments. This is what it's all about. Getting that fire cracking for the first time. Having that heat hit my hands. Drying out my little gloves here. Taking the chill out of the tent. It's this moment that's really amazing when camping. When you have it, you have your heat. The weight of the snow collapsed my bear tent. It definitely did. Yeah, there's a lot of snow in there. Okay, I've got to go in and I've got to make sure everything is okay. We got maybe a couple of 3 inches of snow and it did this. This design of a tent is not made to withstand heavy amounts of snow like the tent I used last year. This tent is a pentagon shape, right? And I'll put a link to the video of when I put it up. And it's more square on top. And the one I used last year out here is more angular on top. It's more cone shaped. So the snow really had little effect. It would slide off, whereas on this one it accumulates and you can see it collapsed the top. So let's go see what it's like inside here. You can see there's a lot of snow that came down on the center of this tent over the last few weeks. So this is going to be interesting for me. Am I strong enough to lift that out? One thing is for sure is my little knots kept this tent nice and tight, so I'm happy with that. Just want to see if this tent is broken. Okay, seems fine. This guy right here is supposed to keep the tent tight and keep it from collapsing, but with that much weight on it, it just wasn't possible. I feel like there was easily 100 pounds of snow on that. It was like doing a giant squat just to push this up with all the power I had in my legs. So easy to say, there was at least 100 pounds, if not more, on the top of this tent. So yeah, it accumulates. It doesn't run off as nicely as the UP5. I am really giving it a good test this winter. With no snow forecast for the next couple of weeks, this tent should be fine out here. And I just don't know if it'll last as long in the winter time for long periods of time like the tent I used last year. It just really doesn't seem like it can. And that's fine. This is probably, even though it's not as sturdy as the UP5, it's probably my favorite tent because of how it's shaped and its ease of use, how fast it is to put it up. Like, it's very fast to put this tent up. So yeah, I've got no complaints. Can't expect it to hold over 100 pounds of snow on top. So this is corned beef that I really like, and I'm gonna make corned beef sandwich. I've never ever had a corned beef sandwich. So it comes with a little key. Slide it in there, and you start to curl. Check it out. Pretty neat, eh? Okay. Now, I've used lots of cast iron pans in my life, especially at home, more so than here at camp. And I've actually had some cast iron pans that I paid quite a bit of money for that have failed me. They just kind of like chip away, fall apart over time. That was a cheap cast iron pan and it is doing a really good job. It's really got a nice, it's seasoned perfectly right now. It's nice and smooth and it doesn't stick. So I'm really happy with that. And it wipes, you know, it cleans pretty easily, which is great. Because when you're out at camp, you don't want to have a pan where, you know, you're dealing with things sticking to it. You just don't want to. You just want it to be, I want it to be easy, right? Give it a little wipe and it's over and wait for the next meal. And Coffee Mate. I couldn't get that stuff to light. So if you've heard that Coffee Mate is a good fire starter, this vanilla stuff is not. Maybe the original is, but this, as you saw, would not light for me. So even if it did, I'd be drinking it right now. That's delicious. Let's see. Excellent. Get a crazy buildup from right underneath of the chimney. It's filled with creosote. That is not clean ice, but it is. It happens every year. And if I don't like last year, I let it go, and this whole entire wall was like this thick. So I might as well reduce that as much as possible, and just break it down every couple of months. Lots of ice. Now, I've got myself a situation here. I don't know if this is going to work. My big axe is over at that other tent that we checked out today. And I don't want to drive over there right now to go get it. So, I'm going to try something. I'm going to use my hatchet. This is a Husqvarna hatchet. And on the back, right here, unlike most axes, this one is made to hammer. Like that. And so, it actually says it when you buy this, like you can use this as a hammer and as an axe. A Fiskars won't do that. You will lose your warranty with the Fiskars if you use the back end of it. So I've got this 4-pound mallet, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a wedge, and I'm going to split some of this. I'll start off with what I think will be the easiest split first. I think it's this guy here. There's no knots. I have no idea if this is going to work. Easy as pie. Wow. Yeah, baby. That works just fine. It does give me a bit of a, like I can feel the vibration through the axe handle. This is like a composite handle. And I know that a lot of people, especially with the bushcraft stuff, I'm not a bushcrafter. I'm a guy who has a tent. But with a composite handle, I find it really does a good job in the winter time when it's really cold. And I don't think a wooden axe, like a wooden handled axe, is the best to have when it's this cold out. So that's a big reason why I prefer these types of axes. And if you like wooden handled axes, then good on you. There's a natural split here in this wood. And when I'm cutting big pieces of wood like this with my axes, I always aim for right about here. And sometimes I aim right on the edge as opposed to straight down the middle. And I find if I get it straight down on the edge in a natural opening like this, that the wood will split pretty darn easily. Oh yeah, and look at that, it's just cracking. You see that? It just took that natural split. And I should be able to pull this apart now. Beautiful. I learned about cutting wood with a wedge, and right now my axe is my wedge by watching Happy People, which is my favorite documentary, A Year in the Taiga. The main character guy uses a wedge for everything, and his is a wooden wedge. But man, he's a master. So I'm just getting a bit of practice in here. And I can tell you, I would not be doing this with any other axe. I just wouldn't. It's the beauty of these Husqvarna axes. Right here, there's a little bit of a crack. You see that? It's not much. Not much at all. Beautiful. Just love it. I'm letting the weight, right? It's just the weight of the sledgehammer. Does all the work. I love this meal. Hamburger and gravy, we called it growing up. Super simple. I didn't put any onions on it tonight, no celery. And I didn't put any gravy browning in the mix of beef and mushroom soup. Well, and it's pretty thick. I let it get super thick here. Probably more thicker than it should be. But that right there is about a half a pound of beef. A full can of cream of mushroom soup. That's about a potato and a half there. And a bunch of carrots. And it's going to be amazing. I like cooking my beef till it's nice and crispy, like it almost like burns. I find that's when it's most flavorful, and really, really, really fine bits. It absorbs all the flavor. The only thing this meal is missing right now is ketchup. Super simple, easy to do, and delicious. See if I can do this here. Amazing. Very good. Oh, yes. Mmm. Wow. Well, folks, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that I really did enjoy my time out here. I had thought about doing a sleepover, but I have a really busy day tomorrow, so I thought, you know what? It's just going to be a day trip. I've been here for quite some time, and it's night now, obviously, and I'm just going to go home. And I'm so glad I came. I got to check on that bear tent. Clearly, it needed to be cleared off, and clearly, it might not be the best tent for setting up for long periods of time when you're in an area with a lot of snow. Now, setting up for a weekend or a week at a time, if you are there, that thing is amazing. It's an amazing tent. I stand by that for sure. So I'm glad I came out. I'm still going to leave it up, and there's even a bit of snow falling right now. I can see it. So I'll have to keep a close eye on it. I want to keep that up for a few months. And this tent, of course, is just, it's the greatest thing. I love it here. I really do love it here. And these day trips mean a lot to me. And sleeping here obviously means even more to me because I get to spend more time. But yeah, busy day tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you really liked this video, and I hope you made it to this point. And if you did, if you hit that like button, it would be amazing. And if you want to subscribe, that would be even more amazing. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll be back really soon.